2022 saw lots of climate protests, from activists throwing soup on a Van Gogh painting to spray painting the front of a bank. Here are some of your favorite climate protests of the year. In what was arguably the most controversial protest of the year, activists from climate group Just Stop Oil dumped cans of tomato soup on the famous Van Gogh painting Sunflowers at London's National Gallery. This one lit the comment sections on fire, with people outraged that activists would harm the helpless painting. But don't worry, there was a protective shield over the artwork and it was put back on display shortly after. Climate group Ocean Rebellion staged a dramatic protest in London on the first day of the Marine Environment Protection Committee conference on December 12th. In a scene reminiscent of something out of an apocalypse movie, the protesters lit a fire and vomited oil from oil cans atop their heads. Dirty scrubbers later cleaned up the oil spill with green smoke coming from their mops to represent oil corporations' greenwashing. Just Stop Oil also went bananas with orange spray paint this year, turning a multitude of high-end retailers and banks orange. They hit an Aston Martin dealership, a Rolex store, a Harrods department store, and the Bank of England, all of which were located in London. In more soup news, activists with the hashtag Occupy Park Ave movement in New York City held an Eat the Rich dinner outside of fossil fuel investor Steven Schwartzman's luxury apartment building and dumped tomato soup on the facade, while chanting, "Hey hey, ho ho, billionaires have got to go." Two protesters with climate activism group Let's Degeneration glued themselves to a 66-million-year-old dinosaur skeleton at the Berlin Natural History Museum to protest government inaction on the climate crisis. The group said of the protest, quote, "Just like the dinosaurs did back then, we are threatened with climate changes that we cannot withstand. If we don't want to face extinction, we must act now." What was the wildest protest you saw this year? Tell us in the comments.